Hi, lovelies. Feels like I'm kind of talking to the void right now because this is my first attempt at a video. If you can't already tell, I just moved. I actually moved across the country. I moved from Florida and now I live just outside of Portland, Oregon, and kind of refreshing my life at 32, which feels very scary, but also like hella exciting. I have not had my furniture for 3 weeks now. I packed up a pod to have shipped here. And so I didn't have my furniture for about a week in Florida because I got everything packed up and ready to go. And then once I got here, the same day that I flew to Portland is the same day that my pod left Florida. So it took them 2 weeks to get it here and deliver it, which I can't even imagine having tried to drive a moving truck across the country. So yeah, take your time, pods, take your time. As long as I didn't have to do it. I am a little overwhelmed with the sheer amount of stuff that I now have to unpack. I wanted to start this video by saying welcome to the Thunderdome, welcome to chaos. But I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out what I want to start with. Here's where the chaos really lives in my apartment right now. My kitchen. I didn't really think this through when I was they started with the boxes, and I didn't want them to kind of pack them in my bedroom or pack them in the living room because I wanted to be able to put the rugs out and get the furniture and my mattress and all that kind of stuff situated without having to go through a maze of boxes. So I was like, hey, just pack it all in the kitchen. But now looking at this is anxiety inducing. And so I think this is the first thing that I'm going to start with, because even if I just decided that I didn't want to unpack anything today, I at least need to arrange the box as well to be able to access my kitchen, to be able to eat. It's important to eat. I am going to tackle this first. Hey there. Just sitting on the floor taking a quick siesta after not even unpacking any of the boxes, just moving them around so that I could eat a well overdue breakfast. As you could tell, probably in some of the clips before this, is that I was basking in the fan for a little bit as well, because when I was interested in moving to Oregon, I did not know that pretty much like most places here don't have central AC. And that's like because mainly for most of the year you don't really need it. But of course, I moved here in the summer. So as a heat sensitive girly pop who came from Florida, where you wouldn't be caught dead without central AC there, I have to get used to it here. And I got what I thought was a decent portable AC when I first moved here. I ordered it to get delivered here. And once I was getting it all set up and I had a couple of questions, I was going down the Reddit rabbit hole and very quickly found that the Reddit bros were basically telling me the fact that I got a single hose portable AC was a crime against humanity. And I tried not to take it personally because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I, again, have never not had central AC. And I was like, that seems like a good idea. Let's do it. So after being here for the past couple weeks and going through a couple it feels very hilarious to me to say the like mid 80s to 90s is a heat wave, which like, again, where I was born and raised, that's like most of the year. So we really don't have like super cold weather. Again, the like non-heat wave days, like the days that here that have been so nice where I could have my windows open when it's in like the 60s and 70s and then kind of in the 50s at night. That's like our winter time. So the fact that that's like summertime here is so glorious. So taking a quick break, and also wanted to introduce you guys to my co-host, I guess, of this new channel. Just to give you a little bit about her, I've had her for almost 10 years now. I got her right when I graduated from college. I had a friend at the time whose parents were trying to rehome her because they had already had 4 or 5 cats at the time, and they found out that she needed a lot of individualized attention, and same. So I was like, yeah, come on in, girly. She is my soul cat, and I love her very much. I love her very dearly. She is just a big goob. Just wanted to take a quick break and introduce you to her because she is important. So I think the first plan of action before I even start tackling these boxes is that I want to build my bed frame, because I have been sleeping on an air mattress for the past 3 weeks and I am so ready to sleep in my bed again. Like, oh, it's going to be so good. I just have to put my bed frame back together. The movers offered, they said, oh, do you need us to put your dining room table and your bed frame together for you? And I said, nah, I got it. And they were like, really? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. I may regret that when I have to get back into it, but we'll see how it goes. It is a handful of hours later. The heat just took me out. After building my bed frame in my bedroom where I don't have the portable AC. The portable AC is out here in the living room. So I was just depending on this fan to help keep me cool, but that really didn't work very well. So at the end of it, I just felt like absolute garbage. And so I sat in front of the fan for a little bit to try to cool myself down, and then ended up taking a like cooler shower to help with that. And then pretty much for the last like hour or two, I've just been laying here with the fan blowing straight on me, with the portable AC running, watching YouTube videos on my TV. I did get my TV set up. That's another thing I did. So I just allowed myself to cool down. And then I realized that I needed to eat something. And I just don't have the. Would you like to be the star of the show? Or is it because you want to sit in my lap? No? Okay. I I don't know what that was all about, but there you go. I knew I needed to eat dinner, and I just didn't have the willpower to unpack anything else today because it is just unfortunately very warm in my apartment. Because again, I have a non suitable portable AC unit that just is not built to keep my entire apartment cool. And the bigger one that I ordered got here yesterday, and I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but it's a dual hose portable AC. The Reddit bros said that that is much more efficient than a single hose one. And so I got it yesterday. You got to wait the 24 hours to plug it in. And by tomorrow, it's going to be cool down for like the next week. Like crazy enough, like highs in the 60s, which is chef's kiss for like June. So I didn't think it was worth it, even though I've technically hit the 24-hour mark, to take it all out and get it all set up and in the window and everything like that, when like for the next week I'll be able to have the windows open. So I'm going to wait to get that all set up until like our next heat wave. Made an executive decision to pause on unloading anything else until the weather cools down and I can open my windows and cool down and regulate my body temperature better. Oh, one exciting thing that I am doing tomorrow is that I am going to the DMV. I mean, the DMV itself is not very exciting, but I am getting my Oregon license tomorrow and hopefully a new license plate. I might take you guys along with me to go get my new license tomorrow to like get out in a boot. As for today, I am going to call it KO, done for the day. Good morning, lovelies. It is the next day, and thankfully it cooled down. Excuse the wrinkly mess that my comforter is because it was cramped in a box for a few weeks. So I could not have been bothered at all to wash it or anything last night. Thankfully, I was able to sleep well. I slept very, very well, thankfully, until this morning. So I had this fan going over here because there's no ceiling fans in this apartment. And again, I'm very used to having a fan running. So I had that running on me last night. And I also have my sound machine over here. So the power went out this morning and like right around 7 o'clock. And as soon as both of those things stopped, I immediately woke up. I consider myself a fairly light sleeper, and that was definitely proof because I the fan was still kind of spinning when I woke up and I realized, oh shoot, the power's out. Thankfully, it's not hot as Hades anymore. And so we can have the windows open and everything like that. If this had happened yesterday, I probably would have just simply passed away. I don't want to burn through my phone battery because I am recording on my phone. And me, as the trying to save the battery life on my devices, I try not to charge my phone every day. Like if it's above 50% by the evening, I won't charge it until like the next day. So that way I can keep the longevity of my devices. When the power went out this morning, I was like, oh shoot, my phone is at 52% and I have no way to charge it. So I do have plans for this afternoon. I am going to the DMV. Thankfully, last night I researched all the things that I needed to bring to prove that I am now a resident here and to get my new license. So hopefully that goes smoothly. The only thing I didn't think about yesterday when I was showering is that I didn't wash my hair yesterday. And I might regret that with the fact that now I don't have power and I guess I could wash my hair. I would just have to take a very cold shower. And I don't know if I'm up for that. So I think I might just have to do the updo bun sort of vibe for my driver's license and just say, mind your business. Mind your business. Nobody is going to look at my license. And the people that do have to look at my license will not remember what it looks like, hopefully. That's my big plan for today. If the power is not restored by the time I have to leave for that appointment, while I'm out, I do probably want to go get some sort of a rechargeable battery pack for my phone, just for like safety reasons, to make sure that I have juice on my phone in case I need it. Right, Pip? Exactly. Let's go. Car charger and charging bank have been secured. I ran out really quick. I was going to wait until later until my appointment, but my phone, it was getting in the 30s and 20s%. And I wanted to make sure I could navigate myself to the DMV because I'm still getting used to this area and I didn't want my phone to die and not have any way to charge it and then have no idea how to get to the DMV. So I posted up in the Best Buy parking lot before, like 10 minutes before they opened, and then got there. I got a charging bank that actually has MagSafe on it too, because I have a case on my phone that's MagSafe. And then it's also cool because it is that way that if ever I needed to, I would also be able to charge my Apple Watch. And it was on sale. It was like $20 off. I was like, hell yeah, brother. And where I was going in kind of that area, there was also a Target nearby, and I needed to get toilet paper because when I packed my bag, I only packed one roll of toilet paper in my suitcase. And the last time I went grocery shopping, I was like, I'll be fine. And I was just about to run out of the roll that I have right now. And I was like, I need to get toilet paper. So I ran in really quick to Target to grab toilet paper, but of course ended up wandering around just because. And I found a couple goodies that I was really excited to share. I mean, I've never done this like little like haul. I mean, it's not really a haul. I'm actually really ashamed that I had to use a paper bag there because I have like 6 or 7 bagoos that I love bringing for reusable bags. But I had left them all here because, again, I was just expecting to run in, grab a charging bank, grab a like car charger, and just like walk out with it in my hand. So I didn't even think about it. So yeah, I feel really bad, but I will use this in some way. But the first and most exciting thing is that I have been wanting to get another pair of sheets for my bed. I currently only have one pair, and it's like a basic, it's just like a kind of off-white kind of color. But sometimes on the days when I wash sheets and towels and stuff like that, I just like want to be able to throw another pair of sheets on without having to like wait for the dryer and everything to be done. And so I've been like on the hunt to find another pair that has some sort of a pattern on it because, again, this one is very plain. And I just happened to be in the bedding section, and I'll figure out in the editing how to zoom into this. But there's just like cute little pink flowers on them that matches pretty much the same pink that's in my comforter. And I was just in love. I was like, yes, absolutely. You have to come home with me. And then I looked over and saw that they were 40% off. And I said, yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I am excited to, once my power comes back on, I'm excited to wash these and then try them out on my bed. And then the next thing is that, so the pillow that I sleep with is a king size pillow, mainly just because I like to like snuggle up and hold it while I sleep. And it's really hard to find king size pillowcases in most stores. Like most of them are, I mean, again, this sheet set comes with pillowcases, but it comes with the standard ones, which I have a standard pillow that I use to prop myself up on top of the king size pillow. But I also found these darling king size pillowcases that have cute little flowers on them. They're not the same pattern. I was hoping to find them in the same pattern, but they didn't have any king size ones. But in the pattern that was next to it, they had this one. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And so I was thinking that since the one that I have right now is, again, kind of like this, just this basic off white, that I can use this with the pattern sheets. And then when I use my plain kind of bed sheets, then I can use the decorative, like busy pattern pillowcase. So excited about this. You know, you're an adult when you're like, wow, I'm really excited about bed sheets. The rest of this is kind of boring. I got some eye patches. I've never tried these before, but I've seen a few creators that I enjoy watching use these Grace and Stella eye patches. So I got one of each kind to try out. Toothpaste. That was also another thing I had to run in today. I was like, I'm about to run out of toothpaste and I'm about to run out of toilet paper. Two things you do not want to run out of. And I have sensitive teeth, so I love Sensodyne. And I also use what is categorized as men's deodorant, but I can never find a like quality women's deodorant that doesn't just like make me smell like a powdered baby. And I have been using Gillette for years now, and I love it. I love it, and I love the gel kind because it just kind of slides on really nice. But the scent that I like, I haven't been able to find it in the store. I think it's called Wild Rain. And so I came across, it seems like it's a new scent, freshwater timber scent. So I'm just going to smell like the Pacific Northwest, I assume. So we'll try that out. And it also says it's a new anti-sting formula. So with soothing hydration. Now, watch me being an influencer. I just heard a click. Y'all, you got to experience the moment that my power got restored. Holy shit. Oh, that's so nice. Anyway, let's see what else was we have in here. So I have like exceptionally dry hands, and the like main thing that has always worked for me is working hands, even though again, in my line of business over the years, I am not a working like blue collar person that these are meant for, but I still need it. I put it on every evening and morning, and I can imagine that I'm going to need it even more here because it's definitely more dry here than in Florida, but I even need it in Florida. So, working hands. And then the last thing I got were just these furniture pads, and it was just for my dining room set in there. Before, the last apartment I had was carpeted, and so I didn't have to worry about it. And so now that there is wood in this one and I'm on the top floor, I want to be conscious of my neighbors below me. So I got these that way that they slide very nicely and they don't. I'm not the annoying neighbor that's like every time I move my chairs. Yep, and that's it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little, my very basic haul that I wasn't expecting to get. Again, I mean, I'm not going to show you the toilet paper. I already put it in the bathroom, but I also got toilet paper. But the sheets and the pillowcases are really the most exciting part of this that I really wanted to show you because they are so freaking cute. I am so excited to put these on the bed. I am going to, I guess, start getting ready for the DMV. I probably have to leave here in the next hour or so to get there. And I'm like debating on whether or not to put makeup on. I haven't worn makeup in about 2 months now, and it has been so freeing. And so I'm like on the fence. I'm like, do I just accept that this is what I look like? And like, you're never really going to look great. Like, you go into the DMV and you take a picture and they flash it in your face, and you're like, they're like, yep, that's it. That the one take, that's all you get. So I'm like, do I want to even put the energy into it when, like, again, it's just a license. And it might just be like an exposure therapy to just like continue this practice of like not wearing makeup, to kind of accept that this is what my face looks like. Maybe like put a little like BB cream and maybe a little bit of concealer around my eyes, but like not like a full face. We'll see. We'll play around. Now that the power's back on, I can turn the lights on and stuff. That's why I was recording here, because it's the most well lit part of my apartment right now. So I didn't mean to be like, hey, let's go back to the same spot that we were in before. So I'm going to get ready for the DMV, and I will probably check back with you later. Well, that was an experience. As you probably saw, I had to take a little detour. I went to the DMV to get my license and my license plate updated to be an Oregon plate and license. She listed out all these things that I needed. And I'm like, yep, yep, yep. I have that. And then she's like, have you gotten a DEQ test? And I was like, no, I have not. And in Oregon, they have air quality tests, emissions tests for your vehicles. And I didn't realize I would have to get one before I got my license. I kind of figured I'd have to do all that first and then, but I needed to do it before to prove that my vehicle was not a hazard to the environment. And so she was like, here's the closest one to go to. And so I went there, super easy process, kind of had to wait in line, kind of like a Valvoline instant oil change where you just wait to get in the bay. But once I was in there, they were in and out, done scanning and everything like that, doing whatever they needed to do within about 5 minutes or so. And so once I got that done, I had a rescheduled appointment for later in the day. So I went ahead and came home, ate some food, relaxed a little bit, and then went back to the DMV. I got everything situated, got my new license, got my new license plate. I was so excited to put my new license plate on. I mean, obviously my Florida one is no longer valid at this point, but I was like, "Oh, I can wait until tomorrow," because it was raining when I got home. No, I was too excited. So I put my license plate on my vehicle while it was raining. So my hair is all wet. I'm a little chilly. I'm probably going to hop in the shower here soon. But just wanted to give an update that I'm really excited that I got that all settled, taken care of. It was more expensive than I was expecting because I had to also update my title for my vehicle as well, which was pretty expensive. But it's all taken care of. It's done. And the license plate that I got, so you can get like the standard one in Oregon. But you know what? I got a fancy license plate because I had one in Florida, which I'm going to show you too. They had one with bees on it and it said Pollinator's Paradise, and it just was so pretty. And I was like, okay, I got to have a nature one because I've blocked out the actual license plate numbers from my old tag just for privacy reasons. But look at how cute my old tag was. The only thing I was really sad about is that like bears are one of my favorite animals. And so in Florida, there's one that says conserve wildlife and has a little black bear on it because black bears are like very common, at least in the area that I was in Florida. And it was just like a really pretty color scheme, and I loved it so much. So I'm really sad to let it go because, again, I love my little bear tag. It's so cute, but at least I was able to keep with the nature theme with the pollinators one. So I think I'm going to wrap this up here. I am like staring at all of the boxes that I was supposed to unpack today, but I, again, was running around town all day instead because my power went out and then had to handle kind of the detours of this. Hopefully this weekend I can really tackle through all of that. And I'm hoping maybe in kind of my next video that I'll actually be able to like walk you through some of my unpacking and everything like that, see what my style is and everything like that, and explain more of that. But don't want to have too much footage to edit for my very first video. Also, I'm like super yappy. I'm a very yappy person. I'm sure you will probably pick up on that. So there's going to be a lot of yap in this video, so I don't want it to be like an hour and a half because I decided to yap for so long. But I am so excited to start this journey, to start this channel and really document things. Like even over the past couple days as I've been kind of recording little snippets and stuff, it's really just made me pause and realize and like find the glimmers in the everyday life and the mundane. And it's been really nice for me. I just feel like I've been pretty passive in the past couple years, so I'm really excited to be a little bit more intentional. And I'm hoping that comes through. You'll kind of see all my little quirks and get to see that I love board games and video games and that I love crafting and reading. I'm also like super excited to get out in nature here. Like that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to come out to the Pacific Northwest is that there's just like an abundance of nature, abundance of hiking opportunities. And so I definitely want to engage in that. So there's a lot of exciting things to come. And I really hope that you'll join me for the ride. Ta-ta for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.